Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today this is an open question to Atom Smasher of Tabletop Minions. So, Tabletop Minions is a fantastic, I think it's the very best tabletop, specifically war games, losing it today, sorry. It is the very best war games channel, war games commentary channel on online streaming video. It's extremely good, and Atom Smasher is the primary content creator there. He answers lots of questions, and he creates content that informs the wargaming community. All right, so Atom Smasher, I have a question. It has a little bit of a build up to explain why I'm asking this question. So I would appreciate your patience, and hopefully you'll have an answer for me. So I am just absolutely in love with the Warhammer 40K world. I can't get enough of it. I've purchased all the codexes, and I've read all the codexes from 6th edition. All right, and really dig them. They're really super awesome. I got some of the 7th edition stuff, and I know that 8th edition is coming out. But here's the problem. So clearly, I spent a good bit of money on codexes, right? Now, that was not money down the drain, because the world of 40K is so beautiful that I thoroughly enjoyed just reading about the world of 40K. And there was incredible enjoyment in that for me. You know, like the Tau and the Space Marines and the Orcs, and the Eldar, and just there. It's such a rich, vibrant world, and learning about the Horus Heresy, it's really exciting, and I love it. Right, so I'm okay with the money I spent on those codexes. I got my money's worth. Okay, but I did spend $400, and no tears to be shed. I'm blessed to have resources, so I spent about $400 on figs and painting material. And I actually tried to learn from someone who was extremely good at painting, right, models. Now this is a big old story that I will not belabor you with, but that person who taught me how to paint literally went to prison after about 2 teaching sessions, right? So it's like, that's a whole thing, right? And so so that was the first thing that went wrong. So I persisted, and there's lots of great teaching sites on YouTube, and I persisted, and I kept painting my figures, right? And I used your channel, and I've used some other channels to help me continue to learn to paint. Well, I learned something. I am terrible at painting. I mean, just awful at it, right? And I would be okay with this, but and I don't really need to explain to you, Atom Smasher, that those figs are expensive, and they hurt. It hurts my heart to do what I do to them with paint. It's just not so. I'm not a stupid guy. I'm not unskilled. But at this thing in my life, I'm never going to be a good painter, and I think I could master it in 5 to 10 years. But I'm an older guy, and I'm blessed to have a beautiful wife and kids that love me. I just don't have time to add another hobby, because I also do tabletop role-playing games and collectible card games, and I'm not going to get there, right? So here's my question. Actually, there's still a little bit more build up. You're a patient man. Thank you. So, Atom Smasher, I come from the tabletop role-playing game industry, or not the industry. I study the industry, and I'm a player and a game master, right? Now, I played Pathfinder. Pathfinder is a fantasy tabletop role-playing game, and they have Paizo pawn sets, and those are gorgeous, and they are amazingly well done, and they're incredibly well crafted. Okay, and so when I saw those, I was like, hey, I could play. You could play Warhammer 40K with these alone. They even have the bases. They have regular size base, medium size base, and large base, which would cover everything but vehicles in tabletop in the hobby, right? And you can make tanks out of cardboard. That'd be pretty trivial. So here's my question. Oh, and by the way, I have also played the game. I have a good buddy of mine. We have played a few games, and one of the things that is my minions were so poorly painted, and some of the weapons were so glommed that he was frustrated because he couldn't tell what I was running. Right? So, like, it was a complete botch job. My attempts to play Warhammer 40K have been thoroughly vexed, right? But I love the game, and I love the world, right? So, what I'm saying is, for guys like me, here's my question. Could Games Workshop just go right over to Paizo and say, okay, that's it. Make all of the armies, right? And basically, Paizo pawn sets, they are made out of cardboard, and they have a visual image on each cardboard, on each piece of cardboard, right? And that's it, right? And they have a little standee, right? And you can get a box set of for $40 that has like 200 figs in it, right? Now, you know, that changes the game, man. You could really like field a huge army very, very quickly with this, and they look great. In my opinion, they look awesome, right? They're gorgeous, right? Now, my question is, can I... just to tell you real quick also, when so, you know what? I'm just going to ask my question. So, can I, could I, a guy who can't paint, play the game, right? Oh, and that's another question. Why don't I just play unpainted? Well, the reason why is the game... I don't live near FLGSs. I live near LGSs, right? And they play Warhammer, right? So I don't know if I can play unpainted minis. And I've actually asked them, and the answer was so complicated that I didn't really understand what they said. And I have 2 degrees. I have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. Okay, so I'm asking you, Adam Smasher, because I know you know because I listen to your channel, and I know you know that when I say there are obstacles to me playing this game, you know they're real. And I feel like you're one of the only guys who can answer this question for me. So my question is, if Games Workshop did this and they made available pawn sets, would it be okay to play? Would it help the wargaming industry for some players to be playing these cardboard pawn sets and other players to be playing the full-on painted figures, so that guys like me could come in and play even in a tournament? And that is what I want. I want to be able to play match play. I want to be able to play tournament play. I want to be able to play all of it with the cardboard figs, right? And it would be very fast. It would be very reasonably priced. And my question is, would it harm Games Workshop? Or would there be so many more players available that the game would get a boost again? Because even in my LGS, they are struggling. They are really struggling. War Machine eats their lunch a lot. Games like Frostgrave have been popping up. Skirmish games are all the rage. And so that's my question is, would it be a bad idea for Games Workshop to do what I'm asking, to go right to Paizo and say, make our pawn set. You guys already have this product. Just put new images on it, right? And within 3 to 6 months, everybody's playing with these new pawn sets. Would that, rush in a bunch of new excited players, or even give existing players, be able to mix and have, painted models and the cardboard models? It seems to me that it would be a great option, and it would be really exciting, and it would be a really great thing for the industry. But I know you know this industry better than I do, and I know you understand Games Workshop's history better than I do, and I'm really curious what your thoughts are. Would this work? Would this be a fair request for Games Workshop? I don't want them to cut their throat. I want them to be a viable company that's doing well, and I don't want to ask for something that's going to harm them as a company. I want to ask them for something that is going to lift them up, and that's my question. Do you think this would be a viable option to infuse that hobby with new players who simply cannot or are not interested in painting but love the Warhammer 40K world just like I do, right? So that's my question. I'm really curious what your answer is, and I truly appreciate you listening to this question all the way through, and I'm really curious what your answer will be. Take care.